Barry? All right. This is round 4 of the Monster Energy IndyCar Oval Series, and today we are live from the Charlotte Motor Speedway in Charlotte, North Carolina. The first trip to the Mecca of North Carolina, the Mecca of motorsports. The Bojangles 500K. It's going to be a good one for you today. The final race before we kick off the playoffs and before we begin the month of May, because you all know what tomorrow is. Tomorrow, it's going to be May. That's right. I just went out NSYNC on ya. So if you missed us last race at Kansas, a Wreckfest, Eli Bright won his first career IndyCar Oval Series race, and I believe, if I'm correct, that was his first career win in the NOFSRL, so congratulations to him on that. But 33 of the world's fastest drivers take on the 1.5 mile quad oval today, and I'm excited for it. Not only do we have a battle on if you win, you get in, who wins today's race, and what the seating is going to be like, there is also a battle to avoid 33rd place in the standings. That's right, after today, one man will be bumped. That's right. I hope you like that month of May pun. Will be bumped from the playoff bracket. Here's how it looks right now. Currently in last place is Gatlin Downey. He's got 43 points. 5 points ahead of him, though, is Carter Friesen in the number 5. Then it's Edwin Mendez, Michael Canto, Brian Webb, Christian Vargas, Jonathan Logan, Cole Baker, Juan Garcia, Steve Morgan, Jonny Gardner, Aaron Carlson. And yeah, that's it. Those are the drivers that will be battling for that final playoff spot today. I think we're all ready to go. I think I've talked about everything. I do not know who's on the pole yet. It's a blue car. And there is the blue car on the pole, Jonny Gardner. But we're set to go. Let's go trackside and get the command to fire the engines.
Drivers, start your engines!
33 engines are fired up, and here is the top 10. On the front row for the Bojangles 500K, it is the number 10 of Jonny Gardner. One more win by him, and he will be the leading driver in all-time wins in the NOFSRL. Next to him is the 15 of Jonathan Wong. Row number 2, it's the season opener winner of the past 2 seasons, the 24 of Brad Stover and the 26 of Andra Baranaskis. In row 3, who has a problem, that is the 11 of Josh Goot. And by the way, that is your points leader going into today's race. 3 top 10s, and it looks like that streak may be broken today. Next to him, that is the number, I believe that's the 18, that is of Cole Baker. He's really good at Charlotte Motor Speedway, but bad luck on the past few races he's had, it just taking him out. Row 4, the 4 of Edwin Mendez and the 3 of Alexander Rowe. And row 5, the 22 Derek Hamill and the 83 of Marcus Sacchi. 52 laps around Charlotte Motor Speedway, 78 miles. It's going to be a good one to end the regular season before we head to Indianapolis. The pace car pulls in. It's in the hands of Jonny Gardner and Jonathan Wong as they bring the field to green. The 4th race of season number 3 of the IndyCar Oval Series, the Bojangles 500K. It's green. Let's do this. Alrighty, the speed's over 200 miles an hour going into turn 3. Edwin Mendez here to the inside of the road. He's backing off turn 4. Stover's around. Wong is in, and it's already the big one on lap 1. Cars everywhere upside down. Only one of them I see up on its roof, and that's Baranaskis. And already the first caution is out at Charlotte. Was someone touched wheels up in the front? I believe it was Brad Stover. But already half the field may be torn up after one lap. There's Kelly Baranaskis. There is the 88 of Carlson. That is, I believe that's a rookie car. That's Brian Ferris, Christian Vargas. Stuart Grant has damage. Maybe Michael Canto, Angie Brown, and Cole Baker. Derek Hamill, Jonathan Wong. A lot of cars already going down pit road. Only one car staying out. That is the 19 of Zachary Fitzwater. Oh boy, this replay is going to be interesting already. I just know it will. Let's find the 26 of Baranasis, who I believe is already retired from the race. And she has. Let's watch the replay. Off of turn 4. Looks like Baranaskis just got too close to Jonathan Wong. Bumped him. There's Derek Hamill and Brad Stover. Oh my goodness. Only 2 drivers missed the accident. Then Zachary Fitzwater was up in the grass. There he is. And then it's just on from there. Look at the entire amount of drivers involved. Was one car on 2 wheels already. I believe that's Alexander Rowe who took a lick. And thank goodness for the safer barriers here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. And there you see the 26 on her roof. At least 10, 15 cars. Half the field is involved. Charlotte Motor Speedway, I tell ya. It was a really tough track to make sure we had some wrecks in it. Because if you do it on 1.2, there's no cautions. 1.1, wrecks every lap. 1.25, wrecks every lap. So I'm doing 1.2, or no, 1.1 wrecks every lap, 1.15 wrecks every lap, so I'm doing 1.175. But yeah, that's how they started off already. As we welcome you all back to the NOFSRL. Let's take a look at some onboards here. This helps Josh Goop, by the way, as long as he did not retire from the race, he may actually now have a chance at winning. I'm not too sure though. Don't count me out on that. First onboard here, let's go from Justin Zidell in the 1. How did you miss that, Justin Zidell? I have no idea. Goodness gracious. Let's go from the 2 of Angie Brown. Just nowhere to go, and I apologize for the frame drops. That's what happens when you're racing at night at Charlotte. Josh Goop, by the way, was coming off of pit road when that wreck happened. Let's go from his teammate, Jayden Scott in the 17. And yes, these are the DW12 models. Once again, for him, nowhere to go. You can see some front wing damage to the number 17. Zachary Fitzwater, how'd you miss this one? Oh, he was involved. May have some right side damage to the side pod, but remember though, he stayed out. Brian Ferris. Ooh, look at the 26 in front. And yeah, I know, it's 5 frames per second. Nothing I can do about it. Alright, I'm just going to stop the onboards. Because I'm lagging pretty badly with the onboards. It's IndyCars. That's typical. But so, who's out of the race and who's not out of the race? Alright, so 25 cars still on the lead lap. Out of the race already. Brad Stover, Colin Denton, Alexander Rowe, Jonathan Wong, Derek Hamill, Michael Kelly, Aaron Carlson, and Otto Baranowskis. You gotta be nervous right now if you're Carter Friesen right now, because he's lucky that he's still on the lead lap. Gatlin Downey is, I believe he's in the top 10. Josh Goop, by the way, is running 6th. Edwin Mendez is, I don't know where he is right now. Michael Cantle would be someone I'm worrying about. Maybe even Aaron Carlson. But we're getting ready to go back to the restart here. Zachary Fitzwater is in the race lead. Edwin Mendez is 2nd. Jonny Gardner 3rd. Justin Zeidel 4th. Gatlin Downey 5th. Josh Goot is 6th. Marcus Sachi 7th. Eli Bright 8th. Steve Morgan 9th. And Brian Webb is 10th. Coming back into the Geico restart zone, even though there's no Geico on the grass. The green flag back in the air. We are racing once again. Justin Zeidel tries to make the first move to the inside as he goes for the 3rd position on Jonny Gardner. He will advance and take the spot away. Now looks for 2nd on Edwin Mendez. Mendez takes a look at the inside here on Fitzy for the race lead. And Mendez goes to the point. Zeidel pushing the 4 on board with Justin. The 63 Gatlin Downey running 3rd. Remember, he's 33rd in the standings going into today. 4th spot right now is Eli Bright. Zeidel to the inside for the race lead. He's got no drafting help for now. Here comes Steve Morgan in the 14. That's 2 of the 3 AJ Foyt machines running 2nd and 3rd right now, and they're identical, by the way. Morgan goes to the bottom. He goes for the race lead. Marcus Sachi is pushing him. Sachi 2nd, Smith 3rd, and look who's up there as well. Josh Goot is up in the top 5 after having to come in before we took the green flag, and he's on the lead lap. Patrick Smith up there as well. A car is in pit road, by the way. I'm not too sure who that is. That's the 20 of Juan Garcia. Carter Friesen's also down pit road as well. Angie Brown's making a stop in the number 2. Into turn 3. Goot's running 2nd. He's got a visor cam for us. I'm not too sure if it's going to run well. Barely, though. As you can see the speed. 210 at the line. Goot stuck on the outside as Gatlin Downey goes to the inside with help from Zeidel, looking for 2nd. Downey takes 2nd. Now goes to the inside for the race lead. They're 3 wide off of turn 4. That's Jonny Gardner, Patrick Smith, and Eli Bright and / Josh Goot. We are going to catch up to lap traffic, though. It's going to be Carter Friesen in the 5. Oh, watch out! Oh, a close call for Zeidel and Downey. They bumped, but they saved it, though. Friesen's going to let the leaders go by. The drivers that get slowed down are going to be Morgan, Gardner, Goot, and maybe Brian Webb as well. And that they will. They're single file at the moment. The next slow car would be Cole Baker in the 18 off of turn number 2. Fitzy stuck on the outside in the 19. He falls back in line, single file. Battle for 4th, Eli Bright underneath Patrick Smith. And Bright takes the 4th spot away. Your top 3 cars all underneath a blanket. Sachi and Zeidel pushing each other as Justin Zeidel goes for the race lead. More lap traffic. That's Baker as you see Angie Brown exit pit road in the number 2. And Zeidel barely got slowed down, but Downey's going to be the one that gets slowed down, the number 63. Ooh, almost made. Oh, there they go! That's all 3 Dale Coyne cars that just took each other out. All 3 Dale Coyne cars took each other out. Oh, Big Lex! Big Lex! Grant is involved. Scott is in it. Oh, man. The golden rule of the NOFSRL: do not take your teammates out. Baker, Fitzwater, Downey, all involved in the same crash. But the second caution is out today. Justin Zaidel brought them to the line. What a shame for a lot of drivers, especially Fitzy. Taking a look at what happened. So this all starts coming off of turn number 2. So you watch the 63 of Gatlin Downey. There's Baker in the 18. We'll go from the Firestone blimp. You see Downey gets slowed down by his teammate Baker. And then just watch Fitzwater as Baker tries to go to the inside. Oh, I think Downey may have tried to go to the inside. Let's watch that again. Because I'm a little confused on that. Oh, Fitzwater was committed to the low line, and Downey just gave maybe Fitzwater may have gotten tight. I'm not too sure. But yes, 63, 19, 18. That is all 3 Dale coin cards. And there will be awards behind closed doors tomorrow morning. But then all 3 of these cars are just stuck on the track because they're going from high to low. You see Downey gets by clean. But let's go from another angle here. There's the 77 of Stuart Gratton right there. Take a look at this. Clips the 18. Gratton gets into the 19. Gratton goes upside down. I think every race we've had so far this season, Stuart Gratton has gone airborne. My goodness, Stewie. I apologize, guys. I have a spring stuck in my foot. Not my foot, my sock. I'm just trying to get it out. Don't know how that happened, but okay then. Alright. So, do we have onboards for the Dale coin cards? We just have one. That's Fitzwater. Gratton does not have an onboard. Scott does have an onboard. We'll watch Fitzy. Oh no, 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 no! Don't tell me it crashed. I think NR just crashed on me, guys. Okay, to all of you who are involved in lap 1, you are very lucky. Alright. I think I just put a hole in my sock. While trying to get a spring out. Kinda. Just thread. Alright. I don't know why NR2003 does this. Napa fan, you just got here. Do you ever have this problem with your computer? I know you have a more powerful computer than I do, but I want to know. Do you have this problem as well? Or do you not? Okay. So the starting lineup will obviously be changed. You literally just got here. But yeah, Alex, do you have problems as well? With your does the game crash on you sometimes when you use the IndyCar 12, the DW12? Or does it not? I do if there are too many damaged race cars and the graphics are up to the max. Well, we did have a lap 1 big wreck. Fingers crossed big time that this does not happen once again. Alright, so I don't even care about the starting lineup anymore. Except that Baranowskis is on set and starts second and flipped in the first race. You lucky woman. Alright, we're ready to go. Benny Watson's on the pole. So, someone's happy in the chat. Someone's in pit row. That's DJ Reed. Josh Good, I feel sorry for you because your top 10 streak may be on the line once again as we're racing once again in Charlotte. Watson gets a good start off turn number 4, and he is going to lead the first lap in the Bojangles 500. That one car was DJ Reed, by the way. I'm not too sure if he is still on pit road or not, as Watson just lost the lead to the 8 of Michael Kelly. Reed is still on pit road. As the drivers exit turn number 2, here comes Brian Webb in the 12 with help from Cole Baker in the 18. Webb goes to the lead. Baker takes second. The drivers are 2x2. These looks like pace laps at 210 miles an hour going into the turns as Baker has taken the lead. Aaron Carlson in the 88 is running second. Sachi's in third and looks for second on the 88. Oh yeah, by the way, let me add this as well. Had that race gone on, Gatlin Downey would have been eliminated from the playoffs. He would have been bumped, in other words. Juan Garcia looks to the inside for the lead, but we got 3 wide racing in turn 1 already. Michael Kelly is in what we like to call the sucker hole. He's in some trouble as they go into turn number 3. Gotta be careful if you're going 3 wide in the Indy cars, because bad stuff could happen. Maybe like right there. They nearly go 4 wide for a moment. Josh Good has better ideas. That's what happens when you're the points leader. You want to play it safe. But now Carlson's the second driver stuck in the mud right now as Carter Friesen is in the race lead. Carlson finds a way up to the high side. Kelly may find it too soon because he's about to go by Angie Brown, the number 2, as for the race lead. Jonathan Logan to the inside with help from Gatlin Downey in the 63. And now another car in the middle line. That's Baker. Getting very tight off turn 2 as Stuart Graham looks for second spot on Gatlin Downey. Josh Good heads to third. And we may go 3 wide now for second. Very tight into the turns as Christian Vargas looks, but we're going to catch up to DJ Reed in the 44. Who's going to change everything? Cringe! They thread the needle on him, and somehow the top 4 pull away. Whoa, someone's on the apron, and we're going to wreck. How? Wait, what? Steve Morgan is on the apron, lets the field go by him. Some crazy stuff, ladies and gentlemen. DJ Reed has slowed down a lot of the leaders off of turn 2. Some drivers have decided to go to the back to play it safe. But now we got some safe racing going on. The race leader right now is the 50 of Christian Vargas. Battle for second, Jonathan Logan and Edwin Mendez. Both Ray Hall Lanigan cars are in the top 5 with Logan second and Wong in 5th. It could have been, Carter. It could have been. But a lot of single file racing on the low line for right now. Logan makes his move to the inside with help from Jonny Gardner in the 10 for the race lead. And Logan takes the lead. Gardner goes to second. Wong is third. Here comes Marty Johnson in the 9 looking for the 3rd spot. Unable to. He's got Patrick Smith behind him as well in the 29. And here goes Jonny to the inside. Jonny all the way to the inside. Lost some ground for a moment, but they're stacking them up. Logan's going to pull away for a bit. But now, could he be too far ahead? Because Johnny's going to get a huge draft on Jonathan Logan. Johnson is third. Oh! Johnson's around! Big crash! Johnson on his roof! He barrel rolls off turn 4! This may be a huge accident! And it's a blocked track! I don't even know how to call this one! Hamill spinning violently in the air. Mendez on his roof. First caution of the day is out. Happening up front with the leaders. Jonathan Logan will bring them to the line, but a huge wreck maybe with half the field. Marty Johnson is the first victim in the crash. Let's watch the replay. So off of turn number 4, looks like Christian Vargas just gets too close to the 9 and spins him around with Jonathan Wong nowhere to go as Marty Johnson goes barrel rolling. One car wildly in the grass. I believe that was Brad Stover, but now you take a look at the blocked track, but it just gets worse from here, people. Watch some of these cars spin violently coming to the line. Look at the 63 of Gatlin Downey with the ARCA brakes. Just came out of... Oh, he just spun, and then a car hit him on the high side. It was Carden Friesen. Mendez goes flying. There's Garcia flying. Watson's in it. Hamill's in it. A lot of cars involved here at Charlotte. Okay, people don't want me to use onboard, so to play it safe, we're not going to do so, because that seems to be the main culprit. Onboard looks like they caused this wreck to happen. So we'll go for the blimp here. You see Johnson go barrel. That is Stover, by the way, making passes in the grass. Oh, wait, that's right, no onboards. We can't do that. So we won't watch any onboards to play it safe, ladies and gents. Unfortunately. And I believe, if I'm correct, Josh Goop must have been in the wreck. And I don't know if he was or not. He's still in the lead lap. Out of the race now, though, are Grattan, Watson, Garcia, Hamill, Morgan, and Reed. 2 to go before we go back to the green flag. A few cars are going to be on the inside line lap down. Ferris is done, Wong is done, Smith is done, Kelly's done. That's all we know for right now. Good to know there, Mr. Friesen. Alright, so I'll be right back real quick, guys. Well, that's broken. So you away and a pen. So now we got everything all figured out here. 1 to go before we go back to the green flag. A lot of drivers are out of the race after the big one. So 19 cars are going to be on the track when we get to the green flag. Gatlin Downey, by the way, is out of the race. Most likely, he will be eliminated from contention in the playoffs. Kelly, Smith, Friesen, and Wong, Ferris. I think we said everyone that's out of the race. Yeah, we did. But anyway, as we get ready to get back to the restart, here's how the field looks. Jonathan Logan, the race leader. Jonny Gardner is second. Zachary Fitzwater, third. Brad Stover, fourth. Alexander Rowe, fifth. Eli Bright is sixth. Jake Rogers, seventh. Brian Webb, eighth. Marcus Sachi, ninth. And Michael Canto, 10th. Jayden Scott's 11th. Colin Denton, 12th. Josh Groot, 13th. Angie Brown, 14th. Justin Zidell, 15th. Christian Vargas, 16th. Adra Baranaskis, who's racing without a rear wheel, is 17th. Cole Baker, 18th. And Aaron Carlson is 19th. We're ready to get back to the restart here in Charlotte. Logan will bring them back to the green flag. First move looked like going to be made by Alexander Rowe in the 3 to the inside for the 4th position here on Brad Stover. Remember, Stover went through the grass the last caution. He's going to fall back a few spots. Maybe try and play it safe. Rowe going to make some more moves, this time for the 3rd spot, excuse me, on Zachary Fitzwater. Here comes Jake Rogers in the 98. We have not talked about him yet today, as they all go off turn 4. Jonny Gardner looking to the inside here for the race lead into turn 1, and Gardner will take it. Rogers goes to 2nd. Brian Webb goes to 3rd, and Marcus Sachi goes up to 4th. Rogers wants the inside here. Webb has other plans. He goes 3 wide to the inside. Brian Webb to the lead. Marcus Sachi 2nd. That's Michael Canto running in 3rd. Going into turn number 1. 2 drivers in the back for right now. I believe that's Josh Green in the 11. No, that's Jayden Scott in the 17. Brad Stover in the 24 is up there as well. That's 10 drivers, I believe, in the pack. If not, it's 9. I believe it's 9. I don't know. I think it's 10. No, it's 11. Anyway, Eli Bright goes into 3rd spot. The last race winner we had at Kansas. The final time, by the way, the IndyCar Series goes to Kansas, as they have announced that the NOFSRL will not be returning next season. Drivers are single file for right now. It looks like Eli Bright all the way to the bottom on the apron. That may not be a good choice. Top 2 going to pull away Webb and Sachi. In the battle for 3rd, it's Alexander Rowe and Eli Bright. I believe we are going to catch up to some slow traffic. It's going to be Angie Brown in the 2 and Josh Groot in the 11. Those 2 drivers are running in 18th and 19th a lap down. They may have come in earlier on in the race. Marcus Sachi on the back bumper of Brian Webb. Do we want onboards or no, fellas? However, though, with these guys battling for the lead, these drivers right here, starting with Jonny Gardner, are going to catch up as Sachi goes to the inside, and this may be what he wants. Kind of not. Because had Gardner gone to the inside, he would have been helping out Sachi, as those guys are teammates at Chip Ganassi. Jake Rogers to the inside. Jayden Scott helping him out. Zachary Fitzwater looks for 3rd. Fitzy going for the 2nd position. He's got that. Here goes Jake. Take a look underneath Jake Rogers in the 98, and they got the lap traffic ahead of them. Starting with Angie Brown. What's going to happen here? As Zachary Fitzwater goes to the lead, Jonathan Logan goes to 2nd. The low line maybe slow down, maybe even the high line. It's going to be close here. They're stacking up a little bit. Cars in the grass for a moment. No dust though from Eli Bright. Jonathan Logan gets by the 2 lap cars easily. Alexander Rowe 2nd, Michael Canto 3rd, Eli Bright is 4th, Jonny Gardner 5th, Brian Webb 6th. We don't know 7th yet. It's Marcus Sachi. We don't know 8th yet. Now it's Jake Rogers. 9th, Jayden Scott, and 10th is Zachary Fitzwater as their single file. Next slow car, we got 3 of them. Adra Baranaskis, Cole Baker, and Aaron Carlson. The next 3 targets. Drivers want to look to the inside, but they want to be at the right place at the right time when they catch up to the lap traffic. And Alexander Rowe is going to go to the inside. Logan all the way up in the high line. No one wants to work with him. He's in the sucker hole. Rowe to the lead. Michael Canto second, and he's going to get turned, and all the leaders are out. Rowe all the way up in the catch fence. 2 drivers upside down, maybe 3. Huge wreck at Charlotte already. I don't know who's leading. I believe it's going to be Brian Webb in the race lead. I had a feeling the leaders were going to take each other out. That is, I believe that's Josh Gu, no, Jayden Scott, Brad Stover involved. A few more cars were in it. Alexander Rowe, Eli Bright, Jonathan Logan, Michael Canto. More cars are done for the day. And we are almost halfway through this race. Alright, this is going to be fun to watch. Like, literally, going to be fun. Canto, once again, just like what happened in the first caution, touches with Alexander Rowe up the track with Eli Bright. Look at the height that Rowe and Bright take. Rowe may be over. He may be on the other side of the wall. Holy crap! Have you ever seen that in your life? Look at that. All the way up on the fence, as well as Eli Bright. I don't know how Eli Bright comes back down on all 4 wheels. Beautiful stunt there. I'd still give it a 10. Hope he's flipping. Then Jonathan Logan. Then here comes some other cars in it. You see Brad Stover. Fitzwater, I believe, missed the accident. All we know is Stover did not. Let's take a look at this one in real time. That is the top 3 cars taking each other out. 5 drivers miss it. 7 drivers, 8 drivers. We may have 5 drivers now in this race that do not have damage. I'm not too sure. But I don't want to watch any onboards. I don't want this game to crash once again. And look on the bright side. At least we didn't have a wreck until lap 10. Alright, so drivers are in turn 1. We're ready to get back to the green. Who's on the track, though? Only 13 drivers on the track. So, 2 drivers on the inside line. Once again, it's Josh Gu and Angie Brown. Out of the race, Jayden Scott, Brad Stover, Jonathan Logan, Eli Bright, Alexander O, Michael Canto are now in the pit of misery. Around 22-23 laps remaining in the race. The race leader is Brian Webb, Jonny Gardner in second, teammate Marcus Sachi third, Jake Rogers fourth, Zachary Fitzwater, I do not know how on earth he missed it, but he's in fifth. Colin Denton is sixth, Justin Zidell seventh, Christian Vargas eighth, Aaron Carlson ninth, Cole Baker 10th, and Audra Baranowskis is 11th. Ready for the restart here in Charlotte in the Bojangles 500K. I'll tell you this right now. This is just a test to see if we can use Charlotte for IndyCar in future seasons. We probably won't next season. Don't be surprised if that happens. We're back to green here at the Mecca of motorsports. Great restart for Brian Webb compared to Jonny Gardner. Gardner still stuck on the high line. Not what you want if you're him right now. Because Brian Webb has the low line. He's going to get a good lead right now on the runner-up driver right now. But these guys should have the draft to try and catch up to Brian Webb. Like I just said, Jonny Gardner and Marcus Sachi are teammates. They will work together to try and get up to the front. Not if you're Marcus Sachi, though. You may want to do it yourself and go for second. And that's what Sachi's going to try and do right here. He takes the spot away. Gardner's going to fall back in line. It's a three-car battle. Excuse me, for the lead. Honda, by the way, I'm pretty sure they are still looking for their first win of the season. Because I know at Atlanta, it was Brad Stone in a Chevrolet. Kansas, it was Eli Bright in a Chevrolet. I'm pretty sure when we went to Phoenix, it was Josh Goot in a Chevrolet. And now Zachary Fitzwater enters the battle running in fourth. So 4 cars under a blanket battling for the lead. 3 Hondas and 1 Chevy. And here we go. 3 wide, baby, for the lead. Marcus Sachi tries in the turn. Gardner drives Webb off the track. Sachi looks for the race lead. Now Fitzwater goes 3 wide for second spot. An amazing battle. The crowd's on their feet watching this. Sachi in the lead. Fitzwater up to second. Gardner third. Webb fourth. Could Jake Rogers enter the battle running in fifth? I'm not too sure. Gardner up the track, back to fourth position. Brian Webb may want to go for second spot here on Fitzy. Fitzwater's going to let him go by. Play it safe for right now. Jonny Gardner goes for third on Zachary Fitzwater. He may go for second on Brian Webb off of turn number 2. Down the backstretch, it's going to be based on who gets the draft on the high line. It is looking like they are getting the draft for right now. Gardner goes to second. Jake Rogers now enters the battle in the fourth position. And we will not see the sixth place driver battling. And I believe that would be Justin Zidell at the moment. Josh Goot, by the way, still not on the lead lap. But hey, who knows? If we get any more wrecks, he could be contending for another top 10. Jonny Gardner looks for the race lead off turn 4. Brian Webb goes to second. Fitzy looks for third. Webb looks for the race lead. Fitzy now goes to second. Off of turn 2. Jake Rogers goes to third. Sachi looks for fourth. And once again, Gardner the odd man out. The top 5 now all single file. Rogers looks for second spot. He's not led a lap yet today, but would love to do so. Now Fitzwater on the high side stuck. He falls back to 5th position. Just like what happened with Jonny Gardner. Now Jake Rogers looks for the race lead. It was Webb though at the line. Webb stuck on the high line. Sachi puts him up high. Sachi in the middle tries to run him up into the wall. Jonny Gardner now goes for the race lead. Rogers stuck up high. Chip Ganassi Racing working with each other. The only teammates up front for right now. And we will catch up to lap traffic. Baranoskis, Baker, and Carlson. Those were the same 3 drivers we caught up to before the caution came out. What's going to happen here? Hold your breath into the turn. Baker slows down the high line. Where do you go? Oh, Gardner wants to try and thread the needle. He can't do that. Oh, he's going to keep the lead, though, maybe. Wow, what a move by Jonny Gardner. Oh, Fitzwater was on the apron for a moment. Fitzwater goes to second. Can Gardner get by Carlson? Puts the block on Fitzwater. Could we go 3-1 in turn 3? Fitzwater goes to the race lead. That is IndyCar racing at its finest. 11 laps to go. 4 cars battling for the lead. Sachi was slowed down by it now. As Jake Rogers looks for second spot on Brian Webb. He may have moved him up the track. I'm not too sure. We come to 10 laps to go. Who's the next car we could be catching up to any moment? It would be the 50 of Christian Vargas. Jake Rogers, by the way, in the race lead. Here comes Jonny Gardner in the 10. This will be Rogers' first lap led today. Should he lead it at the line, which he will. 9 laps to go. Brian Webb looks for second. No one has any teammates. Your friends are where you find them. You have to work by yourself. You may need to get help from a rival team if you want to try and win it. Such as Penske versus Ganassi versus Andretti versus Coyne. The 4 powerhouse teams of the IndyCar Oval Series. Battling it out for a win and maybe even a spot in the playoffs and trying to avoid elimination. Jonny Gardner looking down low. This is for the lead. Zachary Fitzwater drafting with him. Remember, Gardner. Oh, they may have bumped for a moment. They keep them going. Top 4 drivers, all single file, headed into turn number 1. What is going to happen off of 2? Fitzy and Rogers work together. Webb will go with them as well. Gardner up the track. Fitzwater goes to the lead. Coming to 6 laps to go. They are 2 by 2 headed into turn 1. Jake Rogers to the point. Brian Webb second. Fitzwater and Gardner battle for third. Now, will we catch up to lap traffic in turn 4? That's Angie Brown. Those are the rest of the guys that have damage and are still on the lead lap. 5 laps to go. Webb to the inside for the race lead. Now, if we get a caution flag, we go into overtime. It could happen, though. I'm not too sure if it will. Brian Webb goes to the lead. Jonny Gardner goes to second. Keep in mind, Jonny Gardner, if he wins this race today, he'll become the all-time leader in wins in the NOFSRL in all 5 series we have. It'll be all 4 plus the World Championship. Jake Rogers looks for the second position on Jonny Gardner. He takes the spot away. Gardner falling back to 4th. His time is starting to run out, even Fitzwater's time. These are the best 2 right now on the track battling for the lead. Brian Webb and Jake Rogers. Remember, Honda trying to look for their first win of the season. He goes to the inside, but the lap traffic is here. Oh boy, this is going to be interesting to watch. We could see our winner right here determined early with 3 laps to go into turn number 4. Drivers are going to get slowed down here. What's going to happen? It's going to get tight with 2 laps to go. The low line working right now. Brian Webb up high in the Chevrolet. The 3 Hondas working to the inside line. Brown will let the top 3 go by, but there is more traffic ahead with Colin Denton and Josh Goot. They will see the white flag with 1 lap to go here in Charlotte. And the lap cars are doing a great thing. Let the top 3 and the top 4, I should say, race it out, see who gets the win. Jonny Gardner goes to the inside. He's got no draft. Fitzwater and Rogers, they are gonna battle it out for the win. One last chance off turn 4. Not gonna happen. Jake Rogers wins it at Charlotte. Waiting for the rest of the drivers to finish up. All right, that's all set. All right, that is all saved. A wacky race, I'll say, as Bill Weber once said at an Xfinity race in 2006 at the exact same track. But anyway, I want to update the results. The wins list now. Because Jake Rogers picks up another win in the Monster Energy IndyCar Oval Series. It could be... He could be the all-time win leader right now in the IndyCar World Series. I'm not too sure. We'll have to take a look. I think he may have 1. If not, he may have 2. So as we take a look, Rogers in that 4-way tie now for all-time wins in the IndyCar Oval Series. Alright, that's all good there. Save it. And for Jake Rogers, oh my goodness, this will be fun trying to see how many wins this guy has. Alright, there he is. He's right there. His 3rd career NOFSRL victory. So he joins the 3-win club. And let's go back, look at that all-time wins list. Jonny Gardner, had he won, what about his 11th career NOFSRL win? Had the most wins all-time in NOFSRL history. He's got the most wins of all active drivers right now. In case you were wondering who is second on that list, we take a look of active drivers at the moment. It would be a tie between Stuart Grant and Cole Baker for the 2nd spot. But we can save this now. Let's load up score 4 and give you the official standings at the moment and show you who is going to be seated where entering the playoffs. Do not want that. Believe it was 2 cautions for 8 laps. 22 lead changes among 11 different leaders. Oh, we called it the Credit 1 500. Nope, that's not the name. The Bojangles 500K. That's what's on the presentation. But Honda finally gets their first win. Don't worry. It says Toyota because Honda's not on here. So yeah. Andretti Autosport, the winning team, by the way. Zachary Fitzwater, the rookie of the race. I can't believe he's a rookie, by the way. Benny Watson. Oh my goodness, you were 0.007 miles an hour off from topping 200 miles an hour average. And 1/1000th of a second off from being 27 seconds. I'm just saying. Just saying. Alright, so looking at the standings right now, unfortunately, Gatlin Downey, you have been bumped from the playoffs. You will not be contending for a championship. I'm sorry. So here's how the seeding's going to look. Seeded number 1 is going to be Josh Goot. It goes based off of wins. So number 1 will be Josh Goot. Number 2 will be Jake Rogers. Number 3, Eli Bright. Number 4 will be Brad Stover. Then 5 through 32 will be how they look in the points. So for those of you guys that do not know how this playoff bracket works, it's much different compared to how we do it in the other 3 NOFSRL leagues. You face one opponent, and we do it in a best 2 out of 3 situation on whoever finishes ahead first. If you win the race, though, you are automatically in and advance to the second round, even if you are down 2-0 headed into race 3, making wins more important, if you know what I mean. That's how it works. I don't think I have anything else to say for right now. But Josh Goose, the regular season champion, after 4 races, could not get that 4th top 10 though. Unfortunately, that's a tough break. Fitzy leads the rookie of the year standings for right now. Only one guy's completed every single lap so far. That's Marcus Sachi in the number 83. All right, so yeah. That's going to do it. Next race. Oh, baby, I'm excited for the next race. So here's how the schedule looks. Let me load up my document right now with the schedule on it. IndyCar schedule. Alrighty, so we were supposed to do this race. It turns out on April 27th. Yesterday was supposed to be practice session 1 for the Indy 500. Today was supposed to be practice session number 2. Tomorrow, I will not be streaming. Here's how it's going to look. Thursday, I will stream qualifying for the Indy 500. So the Indy 500 will be streamed on Friday. All the races, I believe, for the rest of the season will be live streamed. So, once again, congratulations to Jake Rogers on winning today's race. I'm Ari Sakala. You've been watching the NOFSRL Monster Energy IndyCar Oval Series. See you guys later.